Hi guys, my name is Karthik and I am from ExecuteAutomation.com and welcome to another video of Test Project. And in this video, I'll be talking about the new features introduced in version 3.3.0 of Test Project. So basically, there is a most amazingly useful feature released in version 3.3.0 is the new healing capability with test rerun. So there was this test rerun capability before, but there was not a healing capability along with it. But now you have the healing capability along with the test rerun as well, which is the most important cool thing that we could able to see in this new feature release. So you could see that there is an option where you can say that rerun the test failure, like how many times that you wanted to do it. So if there is a failed test for some reason, then the auto healing capability kicks in and it will rerun the test for the number of times that you have specified. It can be on the serial test execution, it can be on the parallel test execution. And similarly, there are other noticeable changes on the UI at the moment, like you can see the execution progress, and also there is a new overlay of the test agents and stuff. We could probably see all these changes right away over here. And as you can see over here, the agent at the moment is actually showing us over here on the new overlay, where we can also choose the number of workers that we want to go with. So it depends upon the number of processors that you have got, and the more the number of processor core you have got, the number of workers are going to be spawned up over here. I mean, you can spin up how many number of workers that you want. And the nifty thing that I saw in this particular drop down is if it is 3, you can see that the option button is in green color, 4 is green, but if you go 5, it becomes red, because it's telling you that you're going to be increasing the performance overhead of your CPU while it is being used by other processing application, basically. So you don't have to overwhelm your CPU over here. So that's the cool thing about this color grade as well, which is cool. So this is another overlay feature of this new agent over here, and I already have the latest agent up and running within my macOS. At the same time, we could do exactly the same operation that we could able to do even before with the agents with the existing test that we have got. So basically, this is my existing test. If I try running this test, it is going to run pretty much as expected. So I don't want to show the same test running pretty much exactly like how it was running before. Rather, I'm going to create a new job to show you the new feature, which is the healing feature itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that it is going to be a parallel test with healing capability, and I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to choose Chrome, probably Chrome 95, Edge Chrome browser, something like that, and I'm going to hit next. And you can see that now you have this option called as restart the browser before each test execution and rerun the failed tests. So you could do this for the serial test execution or for the parallel test execution as well. And because parallel test execution is the amazing feature which the team has already brought, so I'm going to go with this option. And because you're going to select this run both browsers and tests in parallel, it automatically checks that box to restart the browser before each test execution starts. And this one, the rerun failed tests option, where you can actually select the number of times that you want to run the test if it fails, and the self-healing will kick in to do those jobs for you. All right, so now I have did that. I'm not going to do a create and schedule, rather I'm going to do a create, which is going to create the job for me. So now I'm going to select one of my existing test, which is nothing but the first test new. I'm going to drop it over here. This is like a clear trip website of flight ticket reservation, something like that. So I've dropped it over here, and now I'm just going to run this test. So what's going to basically happen is once the test execution starts, you can see that it is going to bring you up this nice little option here to show in monitor, which is cool. You don't have to directly go, but rather you can see that particular option come in for you, and you can see that the progress indicator comes in along with the number of browsers as well. So you can see that it's just kicking in for me, like all the browsers are just coming up. Basically, there is one more browser in my other window, and there is one headless browser, so you can't really see what's really happening there. So the test execution is actually happening over here for these 3 targets. You can see this is new as well, which is cool. You could see what's really happening there for every browsers, and you can see the progress indicator for all these browsers which are currently executing the tests for us. So yeah, so this is about the execution stuff which is happening at the moment. Everything is coming up over here, and the test got completed. So this is the happy path, right? I mean, this test is running fine, and happy path always works fine. But what I'm going to do is I want to make this test to fail. So you can see that there is a report coming up, which is cool. And now I'm going to go to the project once again. And instead, of making the happy path to work, I'm actually going to make a failure intentionally so that we could see whether the auto healing capability kicks in or not. So that's a actual stress test. So there we go. The test started running up for us. There is this one browser. There is this another browser. Both the browsers are loading the website. Let them load so that I can do the trick. There we go. I'm just going to go back of this site. Basically, I'm not even going to allow the test to run. So let me hit the back. And now the test is actually failing, right? So this is technically failing. It is not really going to pass because you see that it's a blank screen. So now what I'm expecting the test project to do is it should reload the page. You can see that it is currently doing that for us. And it should run the same test again. Basically, it should retry the test execution for me. And I think that's what is happening at the moment. And let's go back to the monitor and see what's really happening. So there are two tests which are kind of completed, and the Edge Chrome browser is currently in limbo. I think it's going to be running pretty soon as well. And I could see that that site is just starting to load there on the Edge Chrome browser. And it is performing the operation there. And it's completed, which is cool. So now let's just close this guy. You see that there is a report coming up, and it is this time, the time is like, instead of 39 seconds, it is 1.5 minute. The reason being we have just intentionally closed the test execution basically, and you can see that the test execution has got passed. And the most important thing to note here from the existing test is, if you see the previous test of 144 that we executed, there is no heart symbol here coming up, which is like no auto healing capability coming up. But this test, you can see there is a heart symbol, which means the test has passed after we run it additionally 1 time, which means it is doing a auto healing for us. So if the test fails for some reason, it is trying to reboot the test from the place where it left or restart the test once again so that it could able to heal it and then run the test for you. That's working. And the same thing is going to happen for the Edge Chrome browser as well. So you can see it's doing the exact same thing, which is awesome. And now let's try doing a full report probably. And if I open the full report, you will see that there is going to be this full report coming up for us. Like it's showing us all the details of the test execution, pretty much normal like how it used to be. It's not going to show you whether it's been healed or not. That's not even relevant because all we need is the test execution report, and that's coming pretty fine for us, which is great. So that's about the new feature of TestProject's test healing capability within the job to rerun the test and make the test to pass without us to go and do it, even if the test is running on the job while it is running on a scheduled basis. So that's it guys. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.